Dear students, I am Dr. Naresh. I am a botany faculty. I have 13 years experience in teaching. First of all, welcome to the intermediate program. Then up to 10th class, you studied in a different way. In intermediate, the processes are different. So here we are going to study about IPE intermediate so board exam level and as well as the NEET examination level. So I'll explain even NEET also, right? So what is NEET? NEET is an entrance test to get MBBS seat. Actually, your aim is to get MBBS seat, right? If you are joining in the BIPC stream means so your aim is to get a MBBS seat. So in that level, we are going to teach. You have to learn that, right? So then the botany is in the first year you have 4 subjects along with the languages, that is botany, zoology, physics and chemistry. So myself teach botany. So before going to teach a botany, so up to the 10th class you studied a biology. So right? Then what is biology? Study about living organism. Biology means study about living organisms. Then what is living organism? What are the living organisms? The living organisms are plants. Living organisms are plants. The living organisms are animals. The living organisms are microorganisms. The living organism is a microorganism. Living organisms are plants. Living organisms are animals. Then microorganisms. The study about these 3 is known as biology. Up to 10th class you studied this only. But whereas coming to the intermediate, so generally the biology has these 3 branches. In about these 3 branches, we will about these 3 branches. So we will discuss about plants and animals in this first year. Right, coming to the first year syllabus in this plants. Study about plants. Study about plants is known as botany. Then study about animals is zoology. So in an intermediate you are going to study, so the botany is a different branch and zoology is a different. Myself, so I'll teach botany, right? So coming to the botany, so study about plants is known as a botany. Then plants. Then what is a plant? Plant is an organism. The plant consists of, if you take a plant, the plant consists of, what is that? A root system. So it's a root system. and here it is a stem. Okay, and this is a leaf. If you take a plant, the plant consists of root, a stem, this is a root system, and this is a stem, and here it is a leaf. This is a plant body. You know, the root system, generally in most of the plant, the root system which is present inside the soil, the root system cannot expose to the light, okay. Then, so which is present in the soil? In the soil, water is available. With the help of this root system, the plants can be absorb the water. The plants absorb the water. The water is present in the soil. The plant cannot take water from the leaves, cannot take from the stem, which takes water from the soil. Right. Along with the water in the soil, different elements that may be chlorine, then what is that, magnesium, or carbon, so what is that, boron, nitrogen, okay, so then potassium, like this elements are present in the soil. So these elements also called as nutrient, which is also called as a nutrients. The nutrients, water, both are available in the soil. The plants absorb the water. To the root system. And after absorbing this water, then which will be the water transport into the stem, from the root to the stem, and from the stem to the leaves, that is a root system. What is the root function? Absorption of water and mineral, and which will be transport into the plant body. That is the main function, right? So then how water transport? Already you know the internal structure of a plant. You studied in the 9th and 10th class. That is anatomy of a plant body. If you take a plant stem, in a stem, if it is a plant body, in the center of the plant body, so what is that? Xylem. Xylem is present, and beside the xylem, phloem. What is this? Phloem is present. Then what is the function of this xylem? When root absorb the water, so the water is absorbed by the root, that will be transport into the other parts of the body through the xylem. Water and minerals transport to other parts of the body through the xylem. Water and minerals. Okay, good. That is about the root system. Then coming to the stem, which is present above the ground, above the soil. Okay, the stem consists, if you take a stem, the stem consists of node and internode. The stem consists of node. This is node. And here in between the two nodes, so the internode is present. In between the, so what is that? Node. Here it is a node and here it is a node. In between the node, internode is present. Means the stem is present above the ground level, above the soil, and the stem consists of nodes and internodes. Right. So it gives a mechanical support to the plant body. It gives a mechanical support to the body, because without this stem there is no branches. Without these branches there is no leaves. Okay, fine. This stem, when it is young, it is green in color. When the stem is young, it is green in color. So when the plant undergoes to maturation, when it is matured, the green color turns into either black or a brown in color. When, look at here, the stem is present above the soil, which consists nodes and internodes, and when it is young, green in color, and what is that? So later it turns into a brown color, right? And the nodes, if you see the nodes, only at the region of nodes the leaves arises. The leaf grows from the node region only, not from, if you take any plant in this region, so we cannot see. The leaves cannot grow from the internode region. The leaves grow from node region only. Even flowers or even branches also grow from this node region. If you see the branch, so for suppose this is a cell which is undergoes to division, okay, right? So like this the cells are divided and one branch will be grow. Branch is nothing but it is a stem. Again branch consists of nodes and internodes, right, which has a nodes and internodes. From every node only, if you observe the plant body, so from every node the leaves arises. Means the leaf develops from the node, this branch develops from the node, and even flowers also develop from the node region. For suppose this is a floral bud, the flower bud develops on the node region. Later this bud develop into a flower. It develop into a flower. This bud develop into a flower. Means leaves, branches, flowers will grow from the node region only. The main function of the stem is which gives a mechanical support. This is a one character, and the second character is transport, which can transport a water from the root, and the food material from the leaf, transport from the leaf to the root. The main function of the root is absorption of water and minerals. The main function of the stem is which gives mechanical support, means so without this stem there is no leaves, there is no branches, there is no flowers and no fruits. Then which helps in transport system, to transport the water and minerals, and as well as to transport food material, right? So that is the stem. After that, coming to the leaf, from every node one leaf will be grow. This is a leaf. If you see the leaf structure, the leaf consists of, this is a leaf. Here, this is a leaf. The leaf consists of generally three parts. One is base, leaf base. It is a leaf base. And the second part is petiole. This is the petiole. And the third part is a leaf blade, or which is also called as leaf lamina. So in a leaf there is a three parts. One is a leaf base and another one is a petiole, this long stalk-like structure, and the expanded part in the leaf is called as a leaf blade or a leaf lamina. So then what is the function of root? Absorption of water and mineral. What is the function of stem? To give a mechanical support, and to transport the stem will be help. That is the function. And coming to the leaf, the main function of the leaf is photosynthesis. 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 The plants are autotrophs. We are heterotrophs. Autotrophs means, so the organism which can synthesize their own food. They can synthesize the food material themselves. They do not depend on others. So if the organism synthesizes their own food is called as a autotrophs. What is that? Autotrophs. The plants are autotrophs. Plants are autotrophs. If any organism depends on other organism for food is called as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. The animals are heterotrophs. We are heterotrophs. We are depending on plants. Okay now. Then if we stand in a under the sunrise, so we cannot synthesize a food material. So if we have a chlorophyll pigment in our body, then so even we can synthesize. Okay, so plant consists of chlorophyll pigment. Plant consists of chlorophyll pigment that is present in the leaf. That is present in the leaf. What is this? What is that? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in the leaf, so it is green pigment. So the plants are in a green color. So this chlorophyll pigment helps for the synthesis of food material under the presence of light or a sunrise. Right. So then that food material will be synthesized in the leaf. The synthesis of food is the main function of a leaf. Then if you take a leaf structure, leaf consists of three parts. One is a leaf base. So leaf base is a base. With the help of that base, the leaf can attach the stem at the region of node. With the help of leaf base, the leaf attaches near the leaf, what is that, node region. So that is the function of leaf base. And in between this leaf lamina or leaf blade, this is called as leaf lamina or leaf blade. In between leaf base and lamina, a long stalk-like structure is called as a, which is called as a petiole. Petiole is a connection between the leaf lamina and leaf base, and this petiole function is transport system. So what may be transport? The food synthesized in the leaf, the food transport from the leaf to the stem, and the water transport from root to the leaf through the petiole. That is the main function of a petiole. And the next part is the leaf blade or leaf lamina. The expanded part of the plant leaf is called as the leaf blade, which is green in color. Actual photosynthesis takes place in this leaf blade. And coming to the leaf blade, in this leaf blade, in the center, one vein. This is called as vein. This is called as a midvein. In the center, the vein is present, which is called as a midvein. And from the midvein, the lateral veins, they are called as a lateral veins. Lateral veins. From the midvein, the lateral veins are present. Right? So the arrangement of veins within the leaf lamina is called as a venation. What is venation? Venation means, the arrangement of veins within the leaf lamina is called as venation. So based on that venation, the leaves are two types. One is monocot leaf and dicot leaf. Monocot leaf and dicot leaf. Then if you see the dicot leaf, monocot leaf and dicot leaf and monocot leaf. Coming to the dicot leaf, in this the leaf lamina looks like this, and in the center midvein is present. From the midvein, the lateral veins arises. These are the lateral veins. Okay, so then next one is monocot leaf. Monocot leaf, if you see the monocot leaf, it looks like large in size. It looks large, and these are the veins. The lateral veins are absent in the monocot leaf. The leaves runs parallel. In monocot plant. So that this kind of leaf is called as a reticulately. This kind of venation is called as a parallel venation. This kind of venation is called as a parallel venation. And here if center